Whenever we see certain dishes on the menu or on the dining table or on the buffets, they create that nostalgic feeling in us. And gajar ka halwa is one of those dishes. I'm sure you must be having your story on gajar ka halwa, but let me share my story about gajar ka halwa. I remember whenever I used to request my mother to prepare gajar ka halwa at home, my duty was only to grate the carrot. In winters, when I got an opportunity to attend any wedding function, my starter used to be gajar ka halwa, my main course used to be gajar ka halwa, and my dessert used to be gajar ka halwa. And next to the stall of gajar ka halwa, there used to be a person serving the ice cream, and that used to be a jewel in the crown. Before we start making gajar ka halwa, let me share some more information about halwa with you. The word halwa came from the word hulv, which means sweet, and it's been said the halwa was first originated during Ottoman's Empire with three main ingredients: your starch, your sugar, and the fat. Halwa was first introduced to India by Arabs. Before independence, there were two main port cities. One was Karachi and the second was Kozhikode. And we all know the Karachi halwa is very famous, and we also call it Bombay halwa. In Kozhikode, there is a street called SM Street, which means sweet meat street. That street has got an array of shops selling the local halwas there. So let's start preparing gajar ka halwa. So the recipe of gajar ka halwa looks very complicated, but trust me, after watching this recipe today, you will say I can do it. So let's start. So for this recipe, we need some grated carrot, orange rind, some milk, sugar, some ghee, green cardamom, and assorted nuts. I have got some pistachio, I have got some cashew nut, and I have got some sliced almonds. So first we'll start with sweating the carrot in the pan. So we have to make sure the pan is hot enough so that we can sweat the carrots. So the purpose of sweating the carrot is whatever extra moisture is present in the carrot gets evaporated. So we'll continue sweating for like another 5 minutes. So once we have done with the first stage, we have to add the milk. So now the purpose of adding milk is we have to cook the carrot in the milk. Sweetness of the milk, we have got the natural sweetness of the carrot, and they should combine together in this process. Once we will add the milk, the carrot will release more moisture. I will add 3 pods of green cardamom. So I will crush them, and I will add some of the grated orange rind. So we can cover the pot and we'll continue cooking on a slow flame for another 10 to 15 minutes. Carrots are getting cooked along with milk, and I have decided to serve my carrot halwa on the base of tart. So I have prepared the dough, rested for 2 hours, then I have rolled the dough like a chapati. Now I will align this rolled tart dough on my round mold, and the recipe of the samosa dough is very simple. I'm sure like we enjoy samosas a lot, so we have a connection with that. We understand it has to be crispy, it has to be crunchy, it has to be brightly seasoned, it can hold the shape. So same thing we have applied to this dough. Instead of salt, I have added sugar. Instead of adding ajwain, I have added some sweet spices like green cardamom and saffron to it. Now after aligning my dough in the mold, I will put some kidney beans. The purpose of adding kidney beans while we are baking the samosa dough or the tart dough in the oven is it will help us in even baking of the dough. Otherwise, what will happen, because of the intense heat inside the oven, the tart will get baked from the outside, but the dough will be raw from the center or raw from inside. So just to prevent that from happening, we will put some kidney beans. You can use the black beans, you can use any beans, and you can bake your tart dough inside the oven. So I will be baking my tart in the oven at around 180 to 200 degrees centigrade for 6 to 8 minutes. After that, I will remove my tart dough. I will empty the shell. I will transfer all my kidney beans back in the bowl. I will continue baking for another 3 to 4 minutes so that the base part and the center part will also get baked and it will have a nice texture and color to it. Now we will remove the lid of our carrot halwa and we can see the milk has evaporated, the carrot is cooked. So we will mix it one more time, and at this stage I will add some orange juice. Now adding of orange juice will give a little bit of acidity and flavor to my carrot halwa. Now this is an optional. After adding the orange juice, we will add some sugar to it. Now it's your choice. If you want your carrot halwa without orange juice, you can continue cooking by adding some sugar to it. Now after adding the orange juice and the sugar, we have to continue cooking for another 8 to 10 minutes, depends upon how much carrot you are cooking. But we have to make sure we have to mix it gently, ensuring the carrot strands are not broken, and at the same time the carrot is getting cooked along with the sugar. Now the carrot halwa is almost cooked. Now in the second stage, we will temper the carrot halwa with some ghee, some nuts. I have got some pistachio, cashew nuts, I have got some almonds and raisins, and I will add a little bit of green cardamom to that while I am tempering my halwa. Now I'm sure you have never heard of tempering the carrot halwa. You have heard of tempering the lentil, the curry, maybe the vegetables, but trust me, if you are tempering the carrot halwa at the last stage with all these nuts and the spices, it will give a different flavor to your halwa. So I have placed my pan on the induction and I will check my tart at the same time. Now you can see the tart is perfectly baked from the center. It's perfectly baked from the sides. I will rest the mold for another 5 minutes before I will remove the tart from the mold. Now here my pan is ready. I will add some ghee to the pan. Then I will add half a teaspoon of green cardamom powder, cashew nut. So it's a very instant process. Otherwise your spice powder will get burned, your nuts will get burned. So it has to be very fast, and it should not take much time. And the last one is the raisins. So once you have added all these ingredients, keep your pan away from the burner because your oil is hot, and that is enough for your nuts and the spices to get roasted and to release their flavor in the ghee. So you can see the nuts are roasted, the raisins are popped up, and we can have a nice flavor of green cardamom coming through along with the ghee. And we'll add this to our gajar ka halwa. In most of the recipe, what I have seen, we start making the gajar ka halwa by adding ghee in the pan. What I believe, like we cook the carrots for at least 30 minutes, 45 minutes, sometimes for an hour. The flavor of ghee is almost over because of that prolonged cooking in the pan. So it's always advisable to add the ghee towards the end because that will give the freshness to the halwa and it will add a nice flavor to the halwa. Now my carrot ka halwa is almost ready to serve, and my tart is also nice. It's crispy. I can smell a little bit of saffron in this, the green cardamom in this, and a little bit of caramel flavor is coming through the tart because of the sugar which I have added in the dough. So let's start plating our carrot ka halwa. I will be serving ice cream with my carrot halwa because that is one of the fond memories from my childhood days, and believe me, it will perfectly accompany your dessert. Your carrot ka halwa is hot, your ice cream is cold. I'm sure you have experienced this. So now I am putting the carrot halwa in the tart. You can also serve the carrot halwa with rabdi also. You can serve it with kulfi also. But I prefer to have hot and cold coming together on my dessert plate when it is carrot ka halwa. Since I'm serving ice cream with this, so I prefer to serve half of the tart. I think that will be more than enough. Now I will garnish my carrot halwa with some sliced almonds, pistachio. Here I have got some flowers. So what I have done, I have taken the rose petals. Pink and red was available to me. I have cut them with my cutting mold because the petals were too big, so it will not go well in composition with the size of my tart. So I have just trimmed them with a round cutting board so that they look presentable on my tart. And then I have got silver and gold beads with me. You can use silver leaf or you can use gold leaf, it's up to you. Then I will be serving my carrot halwa as I mentioned before with the vanilla ice cream. So I'll just place a little bit of crumb on the plate so the ice cream will not slip on the plate. I have scooped my ice cream. I'll finish my ice cream with some orange rinds. It will add a nice color and a flavor to my vanilla ice cream. Hope you enjoyed watching this recipe of carrot halwa. It has got some orange, it has got some green cardamom, some nuts, crispy tart and the vanilla ice cream. If you have your story, do share with us because these stories helps us to recreate the memories that we have left behind. Thanks for watching and your support. We will be back with some more interesting recipes that you can cook in your kitchen.